You know what John Cena said to me last night after my match? He said, "You look older." And I said, "Wow, you really are a heel." And then later in the day after my match, he was walking by before he became the GOAT statistically, as well as he is the GOAT. He pointed at me and he said, wait, John Cena said there's gonna come a time where y'all wake up to Logan Paul? Yep. He said that? That's a direct quote?
What does he mean by that? Like we're gonna wake up and Logan Paul's gonna be sleeping next to us?
No, I thought the opposite. Like I was gonna be waking people up. Like
that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
wake
time
up.
to wake up.
I did that to Nina this morning. Wake up, babe. There's food outside. And I opened the shades, and she was like a thing that hadn't seen light in days. It was crazy.
Different type of creature.
Yeah. Pam, why don't you do me a favor?
Yes.
Get us some extra ad spend on this episode and show off those toesy woesies.
Yeah, okay. That is true, Ma. You should start Only Toes.
Oh, Only Pam right now, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got a special over on our page, $10.99 for the next 3 months. And who knows what she's going to show on the private website. You know which one I'm talking about, guys. Go click the link.
Look at these.
Pam, they probably have a category for Pams over there, right?
Yeah, old people toes.
No, Only Toes.
Only toes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want
Only toes over 60.
Further.
Ooh. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning. I was good last night. After the match, of course, I beat AJ Styles yesterday at WrestleMania. Let's go. That makes me 3-1 at WrestleManias. That's impressive.
4-1?
No, brother, 3-1.
Oh.
That was my fourth one.
Isn't that crazy? It feels like so many more.
It does.
That's 'cause there's been
how
other
long have we
matches.
been doing this shit?
It feels like a long time.
Nah, bro, I felt fine after the match. I barely broke a sweat out there. I was in my pocket. I was just feeling myself. I was flowing out there. And man, this morning I woke up, my back, my neck, my back,
Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy.
My neck, my
it's also
back,
my neck, my back.
Am I cracked?
Can we play just the 3-second part without getting copyrighted?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think we might be able to.
I'll be honest with you, bro. We're not even monetizing anymore at this point. My Google AdSense account is unlinked, bro. My main channel's not even in the partner program anymore because we delinked some. I use copyrighted music, whatever.
That was my recommendation.
Not on this. It's a bad recommendation.
No, it's not. It's
Revenue's
bad for you.
Down.
It's bad for your pocket, but it's good for viewer retention.
It is.
I'm telling you.
And
he doesn't care about the $8,000 a month in ad rev.
But you do.
I do on my channel because I don't have a WWE contract.
So you're making money on you, but losing his.
I don't have a WWE contract. I don't. In fact, I don't have any contract.
I could get you one if you wanted to.
I would just take, at this point, I would take any contract. I don't care what it is. Could be car insurance. Just give me something to sign so I feel like I'm a part of something. Okay? I didn't even get anything for lunch leave.
No, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you call it phantom equity. I feel like, what, is my contract going to pop out of the closet? And I go look for my clothes from my Coachella stylist?
No, he's going to buy you a phantom car.
What is
Phantom?
this?
Rolls Royce Phantom.
No, it's phantom equity, meaning my partners all think bringing you on board is a horrible idea. So I can't officially put you on the papers, especially Jimmy.
Imagine I ran out off the podcast right now because you made one joke about me and I cried.
Bro, sorry,
no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Stop.
But
you stop too. You talk.
Okay.
No, he did sell his house. But wait, I want to talk about this.
Our partners are now interested in doing business with Mike, actually being
partners.
No,
I'm joking. He does have a very minuscule. And when I say minuscule, I want to clarify. It's basically non-existent amount of phantom equity in Lunchly. And I'm
here's your equity. It's a phantom. You give me ghoul equity.
How much equity does your mom have in Lunchly?
What'd you say about my mom?
How much equity do I have in Lunchly?
Let me ask you this. What have you contributed to the project?
You.
Yeah?
That's not big enough?
Yeah, I guess it's, yeah.
Hello?
Oh, wait. You called me this morning. Can I say this?
No.
No, I don't want to.
I don't want to even get into it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to even.
I can thread the needle if you'd like. The needle, get it?
No, I do want to say something. This is a thought I had earlier. If you guys can't fucking tell, I drank a lot last night. I drank so much. and also caffeine.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to stay awake. I was awake till like 5, 6 a.m. because we were celebrating another WrestleMania. We're in fucking Vegas, dude. We're in Vegas. We were up $40,000. Now we have nothing. But before that, life was good. Life was good. and so I woke up this morning off this fresh WrestleMania win. I'm feeling a little goofy today. And like I said, man, my lower back was hurting. I could barely bend over. And I realized, bro, it hurts from carrying this whole entire fucking company on my back.
What, Impulsive?
No, WWE and this show too.
Yeah, okay,
I'm doing
buddy.
everything, bro.
Yeah, okay.
And by the way, man's talking about contracts. I gave him unofficially an additional 3% in Impulsive.
3.33333 repeating.
Yeah, so now he's officially a millionaire from this show.
Well, no, I've been a millionaire from the show for 7 years now. I'm a millionaire from this show more so. Thank you for that. It's nice because, I will say this. You always have been a very fair business partner. And I mean that. And it makes up for the fact that you're a terrible friend.
Wow. Ouch.
No, you're not. I'm kidding. You just, I think it's important in life that you know what to go to different relationships for. Like, okay, put it like this. To both of us, our careers are very important. And for a long time now, we've been able to rely on each other to assist in each other's careers. So that becomes a part of this friendship, right? But if I had a major, life issue going on, I might not reach out to you, man.
Yeah, because it's the same life.
No, that's not true. There's been a lot of them. We don't have to get okay. I didn't anticipate that you would be in the dark sunglasses mode today. You're dark Logan. You're dark Logan today. And actually, I don't want any smoke. Let's just talk about your back.
No,
let's talk about your back.
Bro, we don't have to talk about my back. We don't have to talk about my back anymore. I want you to know, Mike, and you know this. Don't be ridiculous. If you call me about anything other than that girl, I fucking got you. Because that girl.
Well, hold on. Well, what if I put like funky, like, red tape around when you call me? Because you called me about that girl a million times. And I always picked up. And there was a time where that girl was just that girl. And it was.
My wife?
No, not her specifically, but there's been others in the past. I would never say, like, I don't want to talk about this. Let's talk about my back. I would never say that to you. I got hours for you, no matter what you call about. Real friends don't put red tape on shit. You just listen. Whatever's hurting you as a person, however ridiculous it is. I walked out, I saw a flower that made me sad today. If you're a true friend, you're going to listen about that flower. You're going to ask about those petals. Hundreds, thousands, millions.
No. Mike, you've told me about this flower a million times. And
last night, I've been in a rough patch. And last night, I was bullied at dinner for hours by everyone.
You bullied back.
We talked about, no, I didn't. Last night we talked about
there were pictures of people on your phone that you were flashing.
Well, last night we talked about people were like, Logan got up, he gave a speech. He's like, and by the way, we're in this room. It's 40-person room. By the way, he'll call me like an hour before the dinner and be like, yo, 40 people, Carbone, set it up and don't fuck it up, Mike. So I got to go call Major Foods Group. Shout out Aaron Newsdorf.
Someone said, where do you want to eat? I said Carbone. And then I don't know what happens after that. I don't know.
I'll tell you what happens after that. Mikey boy, your little whipping boy, goes to work. Okay. And then you just magically appear whenever you want. And you sit down and everything's all nice for you. But you don't even know what goes on behind the fucking scenes. That's what happens. By the way, it happened last night. Happened the night before. Tonight I want to go to this place. Delilah. Then I want to go to SW. Then I want to go to this place.
No,
by the way, you
were already eating there. And you showed up to Delilah.
Then you'll be at the dinner.
But who paid for it?
Then you'll be at the dinner.
That's what I want to ask.
Who
pays for it?
You want to really know?
Yes.
Depends on the night. Some nights it's impulsive and both of us pay for it. Some nights it's not.
So
he had 40 people at dinner.
Last 2 nights
Delilah was impulsive.
Okay, and what about last night?
I don't know because I wasn't there when the check came. But you also had.
It was me, Mike.
But I'll be honest.
It was me,
But
Mike.
I'll be honest with you. You also had 60 extended family members there, 4 card buyers, 9 musicians, 8. Who the fuck's gonna pay for it? You invited every person you've ever met in your life. You're like, you had people from 24 years ago, 30 years ago, yesterday. You were running into people in the hall like, man, it's so great to have a dinner with so many eclectic people all at once. I just met Jerry in the hallway. He's telling me about his new card collections project. Who the fuck's gonna pay for that? Me? Hey, Jerry, thanks for coming and eating an $8,000 dinner. What the fuck? And then you get up.
Mike was so stressed he didn't even eat.
He gets up. He goes, thank you so much to all the eclectic people here. My sweet mother's here. My manager, Mac, my best friend of 25 years, this fat drug addict. Jorge, then Logan goes, it'd be nice to have this meal for the next 20 years. And Jorge jumps in, Mike will be dead by then.
No,
the whole
he didn't.
table starts
No, he
laughing.
didn't. No, he
Kevin's
didn't.
making jokes in
No, he
Spanish.
didn't.
Fucking, bro, I'm sitting there like, why do I even do this shit? Why do I come to these dinners? To be berated for cheap thrills? For the cheap thrills
It's
of
such
others?
a thrill. It is a cheap thrill of
No,
others.
because you want to
It
know
is
what the
true.
reason
That
is?
is true.
I've noticed this. People make jokes about other people when they need quick, easy laughs. It's the
Self-esteem.
inability. Yes, it's the inability to create actual comedy. So you just go at other people quickly, little jabs. And I'm cool being the punching bag.
It's just
'Cause
so
I
easy.
got real humor. When's the last time I said something mean? Well, you. But normally I could just come up with shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm making jokes. But damn, last night, bro, I was getting hit from every
I
angle.
know.
Even Neil, my favorite security guard, dude.
What did he say?
What did he say?
What did
What
Neil
did
say?
Neil say?
Just fuck. It was in British slang about bangers and mash, bro. It was fucking crazy, dude. It was a lot.
I have to be honest with you. I thought you could handle the roasts. I'm not. Maybe last night was a little different, but like roasting is.
You can't handle shit. Turn your Twitter comments back on.
No, because they're all.
You know what I'm
cryptos
saying?
and
How are
shit.
you going to tell me, bro? I'm sitting in front of all my close families and friends. They're all pointing at me. Ha, 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 ha. I felt like I was being run over by a tractor. It was just a lot.
I feel like normally.
Imagine they did that to you.
No, roasting's my love language. If it's funny, it's fine. Right? To me, that's the general. Like if it's funny.
Well, I got my get back on your doll at the WWE World.
You
with that shirt.
fucked my doll up with that shit.
100.
Dude, I've never seen anyone hit that doll that hard. I'm like, you punched it 50
You
times.
just frustrate me sometimes.
But
I love you, but you just frustrate me.
But I gave you phantom equity.
Ooh, maybe we'll make money at some point. Oh.
Mike's venture firm is Phantom Equity.
Phantom equity.
Phantom Equity LLC.
WrestleMania 41 is in the books, but the action doesn't stop there. For all your WWE live event tickets, baseball game, and this summer's music festival season, there's only one place you need to be, and that's SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events every single day on SeatGeek, including concerts, sporting events, music festivals, and of course, Raw, SmackDown, WWE, PLEs, premium live events, things that I'm at. They put all the tickets across the web in one place to make sure you're getting a good deal. Each ticket is graded to make sure you get a good deal. Look for the green dots. Green, of course, means good. Red, of course, means bad. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and SeatGeek is the only site that lets you return your tickets ahead of the event with swaps. You know I came through for you guys. As always, use my code Logan10 for 10% off tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off your purchase with promo code Logan10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. Shout out SeatGeek. Now back to the show.
Here's the thing. Same thing happens with AA and NA. Okay. Took me 10 years to get off dope. Arrests, felonies, broken bones, organs, mom crying. And every time you'd be like, damn, dude, this is the easiest lesson in the world to learn. How many fucking times is it going to take you to have to learn the same lesson over and over and over and over? And every time I went to a meeting or talked to somebody for 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, then one time in one of those conversations, they said one thing
And it clicked.
that changed my fucking life forever. And everybody that's in the program and in recovery understands this concept, which is that it doesn't matter how many times you have to go. It's that at some point you're going to hear something and it's going to click.
Keep coming back.
Keep coming back. That's what they say. But that doesn't mean it has to affect somebody. I get that.
Yeah.
No, there's no world where, first of all, a lot of these conversations shouldn't even really be happening. It is a lot of self-dive, but you know, it wasn't about that. It wasn't about lack of listening. It was just about I was getting roasted.
Would you like to
Seriously.
suplex him?
No.
I can't. My back.
Back it. Doctor said I need to back you out of me.
My back. Mike. I love you, bro.
I know, I love you too.
Yeah.
It's
I
also
wish I could give you that. I wish I could give you those 3 hours, but what you just said is a little hard for me to understand.
it always has been. We've
It is
talked
a-
about
it's a
that
little
on
hard
this
for me to
show
understand,
before.
because if I'm like, bro, for me, I'll touch that stove probably like 3 to 5 times before I'm like, that shit's fucking hot. I probably shouldn't touch it anymore. He's been doing it for a decade. I just don't understand. I'm like, bro, why are you touching the stove, bro? And it becomes like, if it comes to a point where I'm not even like helping. I don't feel like I'm just like not even like.
No, yeah, that's
I
a
feel
solid,
like
that's a solid point too. Like to keep bringing this back to the conversation about substances.
Are we wasting both our times?
No, but
you each may look at it differently. You may look at it wasting. He may not.
Oh well,
It's different.
Well, are we wasting both our
human-ish.
times because nothing will happen on his end, and nothing I say
once
works.
once you bring in that type of thinking, because like even 9 years in at the methadone clinic, I never thought that nothing would work. I never gave up. You know what I'm saying? And so truthfully, like we've talked about this in the past. One thing I've just noticed about everybody is everybody has strengths and weaknesses. I've got a ton of weaknesses. I'm an addict. I get addicted to things. I have trouble processing things. And by the way, also, dude, like at the end of the day, all we are is a sum of our experiences in life. And all I am right now is all I've ever been. Like I had a conversation with you the other day about the knowledge I have of what romantic relationships look like. By the way, and I'll spare my parents and I'll spare what my childhood household looked like.
Yeah.
But like, it's nasty shit, bro. Like really, like truthfully nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? Like beyond, a little finicky argument or like somebody getting their ass slapped. Like it's some really fucking nasty
Do you remember
shit.
what I told you?
What?
That you could be the one that breaks that.
No, I understand that. And of course that's the goal, but I'm just saying shit just doesn't. And I love this conversation too, truthfully, because this is why I have my audience. This is why I have a swath of people out there who listen when I talk, because we're all envious of you, man. We're all envious of headstrong individuals who build things brick by brick, and there's a lot of infrastructure and processes, and shit just looks nice, and you hit a hiccup, but you make a turn and everything works out. It's just that for a lot of us, bro, that's just not what our world looks like. You know what I'm saying? It's a messy A to B to C, and then back to B, then back to A, then back to -5, and then you got to fucking go and take a loan. And
hold on. I hear you, and like struggle is all relative, right? And mine happens in equally unrelatable and absolutely fucked ways.
For sure, yeah.
That it are like astronomically.
No, but that's what that's kind of
impossibly true. But yeah, it's all relative, and I hear you, and I don't know. I don't even know if we like have a takeaway from that.
Not to bring up divorce, but how old were you when you got divorced?
38.
I'm just bringing up the 40 age thing, right? The midlife thought. Like most people live to 80 now is expectancy. So you've lived a half your life and you're like, whoa, I'm looking in the mirror. I had it at 39. I'm, same age as you. On my birthday, I was like, damn, I'm almost 40. Like I got to look at what's going on. And I think that's partially in my head of, thinking about Mike and talking to him for the past month about a lot of stuff. I think that's possibly what's going on.
That's very possible.
Yeah, it's definitely
right?
It's definitely deeper. And it's just like, final note on is it really is hard for me to have. It's hard for me to have these conversations with anyone besides when I'm in the program. Truthfully, because it's just like all I've ever known is severe chaos and destruction and desperation, and so it's hard to root it in, a space that's understood by everybody. So,
we love you.
I
It's
appreciate
a lot of trauma. And
You're
I
enough.
don't know
You're
that
enough for us, Mike.
Yeah, I don't
are
know
enough.
that
You
you're
are.
ever
We
going
love
to be able
Michelle
to
McCool
let
said-
all that go.
Michelle
I
McCool
think
said,
we all-
Mike, in her induction speech at the Hall of Fame, "You are enough. You're enough, Mike."
She said it to her daughter. She said it to the whole
That was cool.
people out there.
That was
It was
cool.
definitely something to listen to.
I can't believe, bro, this is the craziest weekend ever for the WWE. SmackDown, Hall of Fame induction, a whole day of pre-WrestleMania wrestling stuff, then WrestleMania, then a second day of WrestleMania. Today's Monday Night Raw.
It's not
How is
not respected enough of how much work this organization does.
No, it's not.
They get 4 days off a week, and they're still working. I mean, in production, they're off for 4 days.
Yeah.
They're still in meetings for 3 days. Then they're traveling for another day. Triple H probably has one of the hardest jobs in entertainment.
I totally agree.
And sports, period, end of story.
I totally
What about
agree.
the people behind the scenes?
They're unbelievable
thinking
too. They have
I was
to travel.
thinking about it while I was sitting in the suite
crazy.
and looking at the
70,000 or
the
63,000.
infrastructure of what was floating above the ring. These like it's almost like what Tommy Fury has the picture of, the alien craft. It has been built like above the ring, and it's just floating there. And like then, by the way, it'll fucking disappear, and it'll just end up. It'll just end up somehow in Indianapolis
That night.
But it doesn't just do that. 400 people come and break it apart at 4 a.m. and then drive
it to the
box
next,
trucks to the next city, and like trying to explain WWE to people that are outside the org is they're just like, it's gotta be the dumbest thing we ever seen. And I'm like, they're like, we just don't get it. And I'm like, dude, listen, you don't have to get it. It's very similar to the conversation we just had. You don't have to get it, but just understand it exists. Like there is no org in the world like it. I always say, except for like Disney in some weird way, like where people are just obsessive about it.
Yes.
Like WWE is crazy.
Yeah.
Is WrestleMania the biggest weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, by far.
It's not even my favorite. I like Rumble better, dude.
Rumble's so fun, but this Mania in Vegas, I don't know if there's a better location to host WrestleMania.
It's awesome.
In Vegas, man. Vegas City is awesome.
Yeah.
Vegas is so fun. Staying at the Wynn Encore, just walk over to Allegiant Stadium, wrestle a little bit, like they crush
Gamble
it. Such
a lot.
gamble a lot. It's just such a fun organization to work for.
The Pope died.
What?
Yeah,
Whoa.
the Pope died
On Easter?
on Easter.
He died on Easter
That's-
Monday,
is
which
that-
is just
That's a real thing too, though. That is a big thing. Easter
Whoa.
Monday.
yeah. So I mean, listen, for anybody who is a Catholic, I mean, you're talking about the closest human to God. You know, the person that basically, right? Is that his role is to be the closest speaker to God, like the person that delivers the message. Is that
The
accurate?
message.
What is the role? Hold on. Can you have ChatGPT that talks?
Yeah, I do.
What is the role of the Pope?
Ask it.
He's like the supreme leader of the Catholic.
Leading.
What is the role of the Pope?
The Pope is the spiritual leader of the Roman Catholic Church and the Bishop of Rome. He has several roles. He's considered the supreme pastor, meaning he's responsible for guiding the faith and morals of the church. He's also the head of the Vatican City State. Additionally, he plays a key role in ecumenical and interfaith dialogues, representing the church on the global stage.
Thank you. Yeah, so now wait, isn't there like a wild process that takes place now where the smoke comes out of the chimney?
You're looking at me and I have no clue, Mike.
Jeff Jewish.
Jeff is Jewish.
No, I
don't know.
but I look to
I
you
respect
as
it. I would like to learn it. Yeah.
as a cultural titan.
It's actually true.
Someone who understands things.
I will dive further into learning more about the
What's the
Catholic
movie
religion.
where they gotta get the new Pope and the smoke comes out of the
Pope
chimney?
of Monte Cristo?
No, that's wrong.
Okay.
It's a comedy, and they're like, "There's a new Pope," and the red smoke comes out of the chimney.
Is Mr. Bean
Is it
in
Euro Trip or something like
it?
that?
I think Mr. Bean's.
I wish Mr. Bean was in it, dude. I went to church here in Vegas on Sunday.
How was
Me
that?
too.
I know you. Well,
I didn't know they had churches.
You
here.
guys went. What do you mean?
There's a church right outside
There's a
the
church
window.
in every single city
So
in
that-
the world.
that
a church in Sin City.
Logan, every city in the world.
I guess
has
that's.
a
I guess.
church.
I guess you probably actually want to have more churches here.
Logan, every city in the entire.
no, you heard for the
world.
first 3 times. So that church that you went to,
Yes.
that's an easy.
It's the Guardian Angel Church.
One more time, Jeff.
I just don't understand how you don't realize that.
Well, bro, because at first I was like, we're in Sin City. I feel like you need more than a church. Like the Pope should come here. Should live here.
The new one.
The new one.
No.
I guess.
So the
Yeah.
church that Pam went to has a special place in my heart, because when you wake up right here at the Wynn Encore, and just throwing this out there in some sort of completely fictitious story, it's 6 a.m. The blinds open. This part is not me. I swear to you. I promise you. You pass the corner of the table and a bunch of white powder flies off it, and a bottle falls. Some girls screaming, "Close the curtains!" There's a nut-covered towel to the bed.
Ooh.
And you just realize you lost $7,800 the night before at a smoke-ridden blackjack table. And you open the fucking blinds to assess the damage. And the first thing you see is that church just sitting there.
Where?
Right in the parking lot outside the Encore. I mean, you literally, it's right here. It's right here. It's many mornings, not with those things I just mentioned, but definitely with some girls and definitely with heavy gambling losses and whatever else. I've seen that church and thought to myself, what am I doing with my life? And it just sits there, stares at you.
You should go.
Yeah.
I opened the blinds, and that is none of what happened in my brain. It was like, what church is that?
Well,
it's Easter. I'm going to go to church. And I looked it up, and it's a Catholic church.
And you went to it.
And I went, and it was beautiful. The bishops were there, all the bishops of Vegas.
What are bishops?
The archbishops. They're like below the Pope, but they dress in the same garb, and they're carrying the what do you call that? The staff. And they bless you. They walk by and they bless you with all the oil, and it's very Catholic.
Wait, Pam.
It's all
So sacrilegious. You went to church and now you're just
because Catholic
what
stuff is, I don't know.
No, I agree. I really would have rather gone to non-denominational.
That's where I went.
Well, I would have, because
shout out City Lights Church and Jabin for having me, and Pastor Wilkerson out of VU Church in Miami for recommending City Lights.
What is this, an ad?
Well, no, these guys were great to me.
Okay,
I showed up. There was a security escort. They sat me next to the pastor in the front row.
Why do you need security in
security
church?
at church?
I don't know. I didn't ask for it.
That's what I was
I didn't ask.
confused
Well,
about.
there was it.
What?
There's been some very high profile church shootings.
Oh,
True.
wow.
Very
I
high
didn't know
profile. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they've got here in Vegas, they have some heavy duty like Neils with big, protective firearms. But the sermon was very beautiful, and it was about the fact that you are, just by simply believing, you've already achieved your duty.
Paid your debt.
You've paid your debt. And this was a big weekend about debt payments too, because Jesus paid the debt for everyone
Of course.
in
that's
one
why.
swift act, and God gave him up, and then he was reborn on the third day. And they
Mhm.
said, he's not here, he's risen, happy Easter,
The tomb
everyone.
is
And then
empty.
the Pope died.
And then the Pope died.
Yo,
That's
I'm not
not-
gonna say it.
All right.
I was just gonna say, what if three days later?
He was risen. That's what you were going to say?
No, I wasn't. I was gonna say they just chose a new Pope. No, I wasn't gonna say that, but I wanted you to say it.
Feel
I don't know, Logan.
Feel
What do you
bad.
want to talk about?
Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Senior?
Junior.
No, the internet thinks he's fighting senior in some of the posts.
No way.
Yeah, it's
no
funny.
way.
They're mocking him. Obviously, it's silly, but because he used to fight some people that were older. The internet was mocking him. He's obviously fighting Junior, who is a former WBC champion.
WNBA player.
Yes.
I'm not doing any of this on this show because I know in 3 years an episode of All Paul American's going to come out where he's mad at us for doing this.
It's all fun and games, right?
Yeah, until he calls me a paid
Until
friend.
you get mad and get mad at him for not listening to you, and Jake gets mad for not listening.
Get off the show.
Okay.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
I didn't know that was going on. But
A little bit.
I get the joke. I understand the joke. I get it. But in reality,
I believe it's a tough. I think it's one of his toughest fights.
it's definitely his toughest fight. Yeah, for sure. This guy,
Real boxer.
This guy can box, bro. This guy can box.
Real
His record's
boxer.
like what, like 54-6 or something.
He's fought a lot of fights.
Yeah, a lot of fights, a lot of experience.
Boxing experience,
Yeah.
not just like MMA or anything
Yeah.
like that. I think it's going to be one of his hardest
How old
fights.
is he?
He's probably around the same age.
He's 39.
Oh, wow. No, he's 40?
No, he's 39.
Okay, but he's turning 40. Sorry.
Semantics. You got lost in the place of nuance, buddy. You're a year off.
It's been closer to Mike's old age.
Oh,
Yeah.
imagine I just run off crying. Just leave.
Yeah, what do you think about him, Ma?
Well, I didn't really know who he was, so I had to look it up. That's how I know his age. Because, I read all the comments, which I'm not supposed to do, and the Google alerts about the internet making fun of Jake. And if they want to get in the ring, all those haters want to get in the ring themselves, then they can then speak. Other than that, just shut up. He, this guy is a very well-seasoned boxer, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I think we will see.
Yeah, Jake, I felt like has gotten stiffed a few times this year with who his opponents were gonna be.
Bro,
Okay,
imagine
yeah.
if
Which
that
ones?
Canelo fight happened.
Canelo was the
Javante.
first
Canelo,
one.
obviously.
Javante was the
Oh,
other one.
But Javante lost, right?
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
a
a tie,
draw.
and that's what I'm
Oh.
saying. It was a tie. When I saw him tie, I was like, "Ah, man, this could fuck Jake's shit up."
Yeah.
And so
For
Jake's,
sure.
Jake's now in a position where it's like, bro, the pool for him is not that big.
Yep.
There's not a lot of people to be able to pick from that people can still get excited about.
Sure.
This guy is a real boxer, so it'll be another opportunity to show that Jake Paul is a real boxer.
Agreed.
And he's doing what this is what I don't understand about people hating on him. He's doing what every boxer before him that has ever lived does before they are even remotely known, and that is fighting guys to build a resume and get a good record and put on entertaining fights.
My only
As
my
well as
only
get-
counter
and he's not-
as well as get experience.
And,
My
and
only
he's not
counter to
he's not
that-
fighting tomato cans. He's
No.
not. That's his thing.
tax cab drivers.
Yeah, he's not fighting cab drivers. Every single person
Agreed.
that he fought had a chance to beat him. And by the way, people believed that they were probably going to beat
Every
beat
time.
him. Most of them. Yeah. So and this one's I'm sure is going to be slightly similar.
I 100% agree with that. I think my only counter, and I think the only counter of like the sports community on that one is that generally when those people are building their resumes and like fighting those boxers that may not be like prime, no pun intended, athletes at that given time, they're generally not cover of Sports Illustrated, making statements about being the greatest on the planet and being paid like hundreds of millions of dollars to do so.
Because
I'm
I
not
know.
saying that as any. It's a new
I get
world. He brings all of the attention.
Because no one's
and
ever
the-
done it before.
Correct,
That's why
correct.
you follow
For
it.
sure.
That's why you put him on the cover.
For sure.
Because
And also-
he's paving the path for a new way
Yeah.
that no one else could even try to do.
And also, I don't know. I guess too, like I thought the world had already gotten here, but like the idea that we're in a place where like anybody is like still doubting either of the brothers' capabilities as like in any vertical
Or
is just-
work ethic.
No,
and
it's
seriousness.
just ridiculous,
Yeah.
bro. It's at this point like you can't do that. I think it's just. It sometimes takes a little bit of time for the shit talking that you do to promote the activity you're involved in to vice versa, for your output and your credibility in the space to catch up to the amount of shit that you talk on the front end of it to sell the show. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So like both of them, like he did it for WWE too, and it took a couple events, but within a couple events, people were like, damn, it's kind of all, this makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think Jake is like there, but it just seems like there's a few people, there are a few holdouts that still want to question it, I guess.
But noise is important for selling it. So who cares if they like you or hate you as long as they're making noise?
For sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's Jake's whole premise. He can be the bad guy. Okay, bring it on. And I think it
He's
spurs
not really
him
a
on.
bad guy.
No, he's not. But he's portrayed that way.
You know what John Cena said to me last
What?
night after my match? Well, earlier in the day, because I just turned 30, he said, "You look older." And I said, "Wow, you really are a heel." And then later in the day after my match, he was walking by before he became the GOAT statistically, as well as he is the GOAT. He pointed at me and he said, "Now that's how a bad guy works." And I was like, damn.
Meaning referring to your match.
My match, yeah. I think this is what he
Yeah.
meant. I was all sweaty. It was right after my match. He looked me in the eyes. He pointed at me. He said, "Now that's how a bad guy works."
I would love for you to go deeper and ask him, like, hey, and as you should, because you should learn from him. One of the things I watched was, I think it was Cody who was on one of the podcasts, and he was like, I sat in the car with Cena. I drove to the different cities to go
Yeah.
with him. I listened to him on the calls,
Yeah.
calling Vince saying, hey, what were the numbers? How, okay, now we're
Yep.
going to go over the match.
Yeah.
Like, he really learned the business.
Yep.
And to this point, I'm making is you should really reach out to him because you do have a nice relationship and further ask him, hey, what do you mean
It was
by
good.
that?
It was
because
good.
I don't
it was
know.
good until he threw me over the ropes at the Rumble. Our relationship kind of fell apart after that. And I wasn't really fucking with him. So
But you
when
guys are both heels now, so like you're part of the same team.
that's a good question. I don't know. We hadn't really spoken until he told me that I'm old. And then he said, "Good job," basically. Nice work. And I was like, wow.
So why don't you just go and take that belt from him?
Oh yeah.
He's got the belt now.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, that's such a good idea. Why
and
why-
weirdly enough, he said he's retiring at
yo
this day on the 31st of December. So what
That-
does he do with the belt? Just interim champ?
yeah, bro, that's a headline.
He
match.
also
That's a
he
marquee
also
match.
said, and I'm like so excited for tonight, which would have already aired. He said, "Wait until I'm going to ruin wrestling tonight."
Yeah, I didn't know what
On
he meant
Raw.
by that.
He said, "Watch." That's all he said. I'm not going to say anything more because people show up for this reason to watch and to see. But I'm going to ruin wrestling tonight.
What does that mean? What is he gonna do? Pull his dick out?
No,
on
it means
live
guess
TV?
what?
The fuck is
No,
he gonna do?
but guess
bro?
what? It's the best sell
Bring
ever.
out Kanye?
It's the best sell ever. I'm going to ruin wrestling tonight, and I'm not going to tell you how. And everybody's like, "What does that mean? I got to watch."
Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
But they're but
Speaking of
Gets
which,
the people
bro,
going.
Kanye, dude.
Kanye
Ooh,
still going.
beyond.
I just want it to be noted. Like, how about this? Okay, we obviously don't love Kanye anymore. I don't even hate Kanye. I'm completely indifferent, which is the worst of the three. I don't give a single.
I'm there
fuck.
too.
And
but
that's where like if you truly don't like someone, just be indifferent. Okay, go live your life. I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna do me. Like
I almost say it's, but I look at it and say it's sad.
no, it's very sad.
Sad.
I feel
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
For him.
it's
I don't go to that far, but I just
No,
it's
I do
sad
because-
until it became destructive, and then I was like, man, this is like
Well, it's just another example of like the cycle of just hurt people. You know, like this dude is like, you can trace a lot of this back to, and this is not an excuse because somebody has to break the cycle,
the
right?
cousin.
No, you could trace a lot of it back to his mom, dude. Like, I mean, it's almost like a point in time for him, bro. Like he's never been the same since his mom passed, bro.
of course not.
She was like his biggest, you know, supporter and cheerleader, and it's almost like it's almost like right around that time when things started to fall apart, and then everything with Kim, and there's no excuse. There's really no excuse to become an SS Nazi. There's just not. But I mean,
Nah,
shit,
not
dude,
really.
I was having a fucking bad day, bro. I'm a Nazi now. Yeah, you really can't do that.
No.
There's really no way to become a Nazi.
Or go after the mother of your children.
Tough. It's just a horrible example for your children. Let's just that. I'm done.
Bro, I lost 700,000 on my house.
Wait.
You
what?
sold it?
Yeah,
You lost 700K.
700 G's. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you took that big of a loss.
Yeah, after realty fees and shit.
Oh my gosh, how do you feel about that?
Got to take losses.
I've thought about it in a million different ways. One of the ways I've thought about it is the main way that I have to think about it has to be I went from where I was to a point where I could lose $700,000 and do a podcast about it. Like, so what can I really say? You know what I'm saying? Like that
You're very
kind of,
lucky.
yes, very lucky, very blessed, very, you know. Then I also look at it from the angle of shit, I had to make $1.5 million just to get that 700K. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my
700K in
God.
Cali is not 700K. I had to make
Oh my god.
$1.5 million just to get that to lose it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Oh.
it's been a rough road. And by the way, like nobody, you know, the story and rationale behind the sale is not public yet, and it will be at some point. It's just not the time just yet. But it definitely, like, you know, my mom went there and cried, and it kind of was like a watershed moment in my life to be able to purchase a home and to be able to say that I did that after all that I've kind of seen and been through. And like, it's weird because the fanfare that exists when you buy a house, it ain't there when you sell it.
No.
It's just you, man. It's me with a notary public signing the document. All the furniture's gone. There's some scratches on the floor. The sunset that was there every day when I bought it, it's all clouds now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
yeah,
you're
yeah.
just, and by the way, like they take all your shit. Now for me, it's all in storage, and I'm just nomadic, bro. Like I have no home.
Whoa.
But you're safe.
I mean, am I? Who knows? Who knows, dude? I'm safe because Neil's here.
Oops, that's what I mean.
Hey,
right
why was
now. No, yeah.
Steve Austin have such a hard? Why was such a have hard? Such
With the
a hard,
cans.
Why was Steve Austin having such a hard time drive that ATV? Dude,
He was having fun.
he
He's
like
getting loose.
he like got stuck on the ramp before he even
Oh, I
got
didn't know that.
out into the ring.
I didn't know that.
Before he
didn't-
went down the ramp,
I didn't know
he was stuck on the side of the ramp, and then they backed him up. They moved him around, and then he went down the ramp, and he's ripping it around this thing. And I said, I'm like, dude, he's going. I've ride ATVs. I'm like, this guy's going fast. Sure enough, boom, right into the barricade. And some lady, there's a mixed reaction about her reaction, whether she like maybe got hit a little bit or like flopped. But Steve Austin ran into the barricade going way too hard. Like, do you think he had drank beer before he got on that thing?
Probably.
No, but after he drank 2 more. On
No, he
stage.
drank more than 2.
Oh, on.
Well, how much of that beer really goes in his mouth? Because he smashes it together. It goes everywhere.
12-ounce can.
5.
12-ounce
And
can.
I saw that. Can we do, is there 7? Are you just throwing up any numbers?
He said 5 ounces of the beer goes in his mouth.
5 ounces.
5 of the 12.
5
minutes?
ounces from
All right.
12 ounces. So if he does 5 ounces of every 12 ounces, times 6 cans, 30 ounces of beer.
It's probably 5 ounces, like, to be honest.
It probably is.
Bro, we offered Steve $1 million to be in the prime bottle. He didn't do it. So instead he fucking ran a poor woman over with an ATV.
Oh, he's got.
In the
He's
front
not.
row.
He's not the guy. I don't care what number it is. He's not getting in that bottle
ever. That's why
Ever.
we offered him $1 million. We were like, bro,
Ever.
do you want to get in this bottle?
Dude, the
I
W-
don't think he considered it for
the
a second.
WWE universe would kill
Kill him. I know, but it would be. Imagine he face revealed the prime bottle. It's fucking stone cold.
There's also
Oh.
Stone Cold at WrestleMania. He could have done what he wanted.
Yeah, he could have done. He could have done anything. He could have done anything, which is why I think it would have worked ultimately, and maybe one year. But I'm just saying, bro. Like,
That's so much money.
it's yeah.
Like imagine you gave him $1.5 million, and he got up with the prime bottle, smashed them together, drank the 2
That was
prime bottles.
uncreative. That was
you
the
paid him
creative.
$1.5 million. He paid 53% taxes on it and lost all of it on a house.
Here, I'm going to give it to you, Michael.
It's the exact amount.
How old's Steve Austin now? Roughly.
52.
No.
Imagine Logan Paul at 52.
58.
And here comes the influencer who has a brand and says, hey, Mr. Paul, I'm going to put you in this costume and parade you around the WWE universe for $10 million. What is Logan Paul saying?
Wait, maybe
You're
maybe-
saying absolutely
What,
not.
bro? It's about the moment.
Unless you lost all your money, Logan, you are not.
No.
If I called you on that, you'd fire me.
No. It depends how serious. Depends how serious you take yourself. Stone Cold strikes me as a guy who takes himself pretty seriously. It's Stone Cold, bro. He says so or something. It's the bottom line because he said so.
Yes.
Something's at the bottom.
He's saying something.
He's saying something.
Weren't we supposed to do a show with him ages ago?
Ages. I've been trying.
Well, we need to do that show, and he needs to be in the prime outfit for it. So I don't really give a shit what.
Wait, so Cody Rhodes finished his story, and now what? His story's over, and John Cena's the new champ.
Yes.
Okay, so
Cody probably tries to get it back.
Cody tries to get back, but what about Roman Reigns?
What about
who, by the
Logan
way,
Paul?
is probably one of the best in the business right now. But next to me, of course.
What about Seth Rollins?
And Seth Rollins,
What about
who
Seth
Could be a
Rollins?
double
Paul
belt
Heyman.
champ.
Oh,
Paul Heyman.
What a guy, dude.
You
Just-
sicko.
Just everyone.
Bro, he punched Roman in the nuts and then twisted the knife. Watch the footage back. Boom, nut shot from behind, a double backstab.
He was also on McAfee this morning.
and then
talking
does
about
this
it.
with his arm. You see him twisting his arm around. Roman cross-eyed falls to the ground. I couldn't believe my eyes, dude.
Supposedly also, what's his name? Kill Tony had a roast, and Paul came on and basically destroyed everybody, like crushed it. And he said the only reason I did it was because I could go on there and beat all of them at their jobs,
Oh my God.
but I wouldn't go on a podcast and try to take it over because I can't do that, Pat. But I knew that if I went on that stage, I took it over. Supposedly, I got to watch it because Paul.
He's a god on the mic.
He's-
Paul Heyman's a
So
god.
he
on
took
the mic.
over he did take over our podcast.
Yeah.
He crushed it. That episode did numbers.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman's actually a certified go of
Yeah.
Oh, he's 100%.
Shepherd.
Yeah.
He walks in and he says,
Shepherd's
Shepherd's
he
Pie.
tells everybody, "My name is
No.
Paul."
No, he goes,
What is he?
My name is Paul Heyman. They love it. No, but
Great
now,
marketing.
But
He'll
now,
never
but
forget
now,
it.
but now what?
He
Now
said-
what?
He said, "Watch on Raw."
Well, he
He said
look,
he'll be there tonight.
he's just stabbing everyone in the back.
He
Yeah,
said,
what is he going to do now?
Everyone.
could stab Rollins in the back.
him and
now.
Seth?
No, could stab him in the back, maybe.
Bro, how many backs can you stab?
I would say
Backstabber.
he actually is the greatest in the org, but really quickly, when I was walking to the seats yesterday backstage, a woman who calls herself the man walked past me. And she's unfortunately the greatest thing in the wrestling in WWE.
Becky Lynch.
I love Becky
She's
Lynch
back.
so much.
She's great.
I love her so much.
She's great.
She said, fuck, I can't. I don't want to fuck it up.
No.
Mike, so good to see you. Remember we had the conversation about the book on the show? The book came out last year. That might be Scottish.
No,
But when
that's
she-
actually pretty good.
Thanks for the conversation on the book. It came out and it was a real important moment for me.
Oh.
It was an important
Oh.
moment for me and my family to put the book out, and it came out, and that's not pretty good.
That's pretty
right?
good.
We always talk about the boos and the hate and the heels.
Yep.
Man, watching her come out and the crowd go, man, they love her.
Yeah, they love Becky.
And I
Lynch.
love
She's
Becky.
the man.
She's great.
She
Yeah.
looked great.
She
I
looked
thought.
great.
Loved her
Wait, what?
hair.
Sorry, what was the absence due to again?
Shoulder?
I don't know.
Didn't she get hurt?
I hurt my shoulder.
It was also cute. She brought her daughter on the
Oh,
press conference.
oh.
It was really cute.
Give a 12-second update on
Her
what's
daughter
going
was
on
Seth
with
Rollins.
your daughter.
Okay.
With
Lately.
my
How's
daughter,
motherhood?
Motherhood's going amazing. My daughter is now jumping in the what's it called? The
Jolly jumper.
Jolly jumper.
Oh,
Jolly
yeah.
jumper.
Boing,
She's-
boing,
she
boing.
went from not knowing how to jump, and now she bends her knees, and now she's jumping.
And her arms.
And her
At
arms,
first, she didn't know.
and she
she'd be
gets
like,
so excited, and she doesn't know how
My
to do,
daughter
how to
was
what to
the
do
same.
the excitement. So she like tenses up, and she goes, yeah.
See,
And,
my
like-
daughter
and,
was like,
just, they just it's like this
Freedom.
most primitive instinct. Just
and she's
so
got
happy.
the right foot stomp.
Such a happy baby.
That's great.
Loves to stomp, and is now eating bone marrow, which makes me a very proud dad. She loves bone marrow.
It's very good for her.
And
Yeah.
avocados.
And no, she doesn't. No, mom.
no more?
No, because she found things she likes more, like
Oh.
strawberry and bone marrow.
Oh, I can't.
Being a
wait.
father is the most rewarding experience in the world. We're so excited to go back home and hang out with our baby, who is just an angel on earth. And I thank God every day that He has blessed me with such a beautiful daughter.
Should have
Esmé.
gone to church.
I love you. I probably
Take
should have gone to
me to
church. I was
church.
preparing for my match, God. If you can please forgive me for not going to church on Easter, and also
You can make
for
up-
all my other sins as well.
You can make up for it by going on George Janko's podcast. He really does want.
That is no. That's a conversation. I think he may be coming to Puerto Rico to do a pod with me and Jake.
For Jake,
No. He wanted to do it with both of us
for him.
on
I think you
George's
should do-
show.
I
yeah.
think you should. I think you should do a solo, bro. That's
It was his idea. I'm a
no. You should do
passenger here.
you should do solo. I like the idea of the three of you doing it, but bro, you guys could have a real heart to heart about a lot of stuff. You know,
And then
what I'm
maybe
saying?
Jake could come in, like they start.
Yeah,
and-
or he just does 2 episodes, one with Jake and
Yeah,
talks
I
about
like
fucking-
one-on-one.
I mean, bro, you guys could cover a lot of ground. I'm proud of him, dude. He's done
Yeah.
good things, and
Yeah.
and also like truthfully, like seeing the number of younger people 16 17 18 that are in church right now, there's a real movement going on, and I was talking to the pastor Jabin about it too. Like 20 years ago, there was a massive atheist movement. Like in the
Yeah.
early 2000s, everybody was running away
Yeah.
from God, and it's the pendulum's wild. Like it's wild to see everybody coming back now in this like conservative movement.
Let me mention an
Yes, sir.
analogy that I've heard recently more than once. It is my favorite analogy in the entire world. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to fucking butcher it. But there's an analogy about 2 babies in the womb that is analogous to one's belief in God, something greater after death. It's type in babies in the womb delivery analogy if you want to be inspired.
John Schneider as an actor delivers it.
Or if you're someone who is like on the fence about God and life after death, it is so amazing. I'm not going to butcher it here. I'm going to memorize it though, so one day I can say it properly. But have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm not even going to try, but please look it up.
But with the amount of value that you've placed in it by way of your tone and the delivery of what you just said, I will look into it. To be honest, I actually will look into it after this.
It's the greatest analogy I've ever heard in my life. It's basically I don't want to do it until I get it right.
Can't
and
we ask
study
chat?
it. Yeah, why don't we just play it?
Play
John,
it.
John Schneider?
John.
Okay. John. Okay. Schneider, baby in the womb analogy. Are you sure John Schneider did this? John
It
Schneider.
might be on his TikTok though. Oh, here it is. No.
Pretty sure it's a long.
Oh,
it's a long one.
here. This guy.
You have the clip.
So one of my favorite stories
Small.
is in a mother's womb were 2 babies, And one turns to the other and says, "Do you believe in life after delivery?" And the other replies, "Why, of course, there has to be something after delivery. Maybe we're here to prepare ourselves for what will be later." "Nonsense," said the first. "There's no life after delivery. What kind of life would that be?" "I don't know," said the second, "but there'll be more light than here. Maybe we'll walk with our legs and eat with our mouths. Maybe we'll have other senses we can't understand now." First goes, "That's ridiculous. Walking is impossible, and eating with our mouths, that's absurd. The umbilical cord is what scientifically supplies nutrition and all that we need, but it's far too short. Life after delivery is to be logically excluded." And the second says, "What if it's just different than it is here? Maybe we don't need that physical cord anymore." The first goes, "Okay, if there were life after delivery, then tell me, why has no one ever come back from there? Delivery is the end of life, and in the after delivery is nothing but darkness and silence and oblivion. It takes us nowhere." And the second says, "But certainly we'll meet Mother, and she'll take care of us." The first goes, "Mother? You actually believe in Mother? If Mother exists, where is she now?" And the second goes, "She's all around us. We are of her. It is in her that we live. Without her, this world would not and could not exist." And the first says, "I don't see her. It's only logical that she's not here." To which the second replied, "Sometimes, when you're in silence and you really listen, you can perceive her presence. You can hear her loving voice calling down from above."
Isn't that dope?
That was
So
sick.
good.
I love that.
That was actually
I
awesome.
love it. It makes so much sense to me.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get back to my daughter.
I do too.
Let's go.
Let's get back to our daughters.
Let's go see
You
your
too.
daughter.
Oh, you're coming.
I know.
Come see your granddaughter. All right, guys. Mike, I love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
I love you, seriously. Thanks for coming this weekend and supporting.
Let me know if you want to set up any more dinners. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Sign off. I'm choking.
Yo, thank you guys so much for viewing, watching, and subscribing. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.